Come on in, please. David Smick joining us now, a former senior staffer and author of the book, The Great Equalizer. David, I want your take on Daniel Tarullo and on Steve Mnuchin at Treasury. Around this table, we see that as a very, very positive development for our economy and for the markets. What says David Smick?
I know Dan. He's a very nice man, but when you look at the results of his efforts at the Fed on the regulatory side, what do we have? We have large banks that have become zombie banks. They are so massively regulated at this point. And then we have the smaller banks, the regional banks, the community banks that have been crushed by the Fed. I mean, it's great to say, look, I made the banks safer, but if you made them into zombie banks, I mean, look at the consolidation just since the financial crisis. The top 12 banks in this country used to be 45 to 50%. They controlled 45 to 50% of all banking assets. Now it's 75 to 80%. So they've consolidated these banks, made them risk averse. So why wouldn't a new regime, a new look at the Glass-Steagall and the Fed's regulatory activities be incredibly bullish for the economy?
Well, the financial stocks are responding to what you're saying and what Peter Kerner has been saying, and Dick Beauvais as well. Basically, financial stocks have gone straight up since the election, and very recently they've gone up even more. We were told yesterday, David, that the big banks like Citi, for example, have 20,000 people employed at that one bank just to meet compliance regulations handed down by Dodd-Frank. And if Tarullo leaves, maybe some of those people can be let go to more productive jobs. What say you?
Yeah, and you know, when you talk to those people, they say the Fed has been very arbitrary. They set rules, you know, and then they, particularly on the stress tests for these banks, then the rules change overnight. It's a moving target, and of course it's non-productive activity. It doesn't mean that we want to go back to a system in which the taxpayer is the lender of last resort. We don't want to go back to that, and that's why we need some really smart people. I mean, we need kind of almost divine guidance on this thing to find it's kind of a Cinderella. It's like a Cinderella process where not too much, but not too little. But we need a regulatory system that's designed for growth.
Yes, dear Lord, just free us from this gigantic dead hand of government bureaucracy. I think we can all get along with that one, right?
Yes.
David Smick,
Yes,
thanks
right.
for joining us. We appreciate it. Great book, by the way.
You.
Thank you, sir.
Oh, thank you.